Welcome to the Instagram Stories for Thursday, December 7th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. The biggest news of the day comes from the Instagram team who have stolen my idea and launched their own podcast. They have launched Close Friends Only with Instagram. The description, welcome to Close Friends Only, where we keep your friends close and your close friends closer. Instagram and Unwell brings you the latest on culture, from memes and icks to fashion and friendship, all from your favorite celebrities. The first episode features Doja Cat and Ice Spice talking about unfiltered thoughts, playing rapid fire games, and deep diving on Instagram, from memes to content from creators that they love. Here's a clip from the episode.
Hey you guys, it's Doja Cat here with my close friend,
Ice Spice.
And this is Close Friends Only with Instagram. We're talking fashion,
Friendship,
little cute animals,
memes,
and we're gonna get close.
So close.
Maybe a little too close.
This is Close Friends Only with Instagram and Unwell Production. Listen and follow everywhere you get your podcasts.
I do like a couple of Doja Cat songs, but I'm not really a fan of Ice Spice personally. I will check out the episode and report back. In other news, Meta has announced a ton of AI updates. There's an awesome blog post that I'll link to in the show notes so you can check it out. But here's the highlights. Meta says that they're testing out more than 20 new ways generative AI can improve your experiences across Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp, spanning search, social discovery, ads, business messaging, and more. They're evolving Meta AI, adding new features to the messaging experience while leveraging it behind the scenes to power smart capabilities as well. They say that in the coming weeks, they're going to be rolling out invisible watermarking to their new Imagine with Meta AI experience to increase transparency and traceability of AI-generated images. Now let's talk about some of these bits. First, the Imagine is an image tool where you can type anything into the box and it will give you an AI-generated image of that. I have experimented with it a little bit and I think it works really well. If you're not familiar with Meta AI, it's a virtual assistant that's inside Messenger, WhatsApp, and Instagram. You can ask it questions, ask it to generate realistic images, and more. To start using the Meta AI, make sure that your Instagram app is updated, open your direct message inbox, click the new message button in the top right corner, and then select Create an AI Chat. From there, you can pick one of the 20 personas that Instagram offers in order for you to chat with an AI. But if you pick the Meta AI assistant, this is where you can have a back and forth conversation and it can do things for you. I understand that it can do a lot of different things, like for instance, resize images. If you give it a landscape image and you want it to make that image into a portrait, that's something that it can do. I asked for it to review my Instagram profile to give me suggestions on how I can improve it, and it said that wasn't possible. It explains, I'm a large language model. I don't have the ability to access external platforms like Instagram. I can't view or analyze your profile, but I can offer general tips for improving your Instagram profile, and then it gives me some very generic suggestions. I also asked for the Meta AI to look into my Instagram story archives, look at stories I've posted in the past, and recommend one that I should repost based on engagement. It is not able to do that. It tells me that it can't access external platforms like Instagram, but can guide me through finding the story with the most engagement in your Instagram story archive. And then it gives me steps in order to go into my story archive and how to find the metrics for the stories, and then search for the one with the highest number of views, likes, and comments, and suggest that I repost whichever one I select. As a reminder, if you're not familiar, these large language models are the same technology that power ChatGPT. I think there's a lot of interesting things happening here, but only bigger and better things to come in the future. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about end-to-end encryption in Messenger. So stick around.
I'm Elise Hu.
And I'm Josh Klein, and we're the hosts of Built for Change, a podcast from Accenture.
On Built for Change, we're talking to business leaders from every corner of the world that are harnessing change to reinvent the future of their business.
We're discussing ideas like the importance of ethical AI or how productivity soars when companies truly listen to what their employees value.
These are insights that leaders need to know to stay ahead.
So subscribe to Built for Change wherever you get your podcasts.
And we're back. Meta has announced that they are beginning to upgrade people's personal conversations on Facebook Messenger to use end-to-end encryption by default. They detail in a blog post that their goal is to ensure that everyone's personal messages on Messenger can only be accessed by the sender and the intended recipients, and that everyone can be sure the messages they receive are from an authentic sender. This is something that CEO Mark Zuckerberg has been talking about since 2019, so it's nice to finally see them roll it out. To achieve this, they're focusing on two specific reasons. First, only the sender and recipients of an end-to-end encrypted message should be able to see its contents. Number two, nobody, not even Meta, should be able to forge messages to appear to have come from someone who didn't send them. Their philosophy is that no one, not even the app's provider, in this case Meta, could interfere with the contents of a message, and that you should be confident in who sent that message. They detail more about it in this blog post with some links to white papers, which are definitely some deep reading if you can't sleep. I will link to all of that in the show notes. And the last piece of news, keeping with the Messenger direct message on Instagram conversation theme, Instagram and Facebook's messaging services will no longer be cross-compatible. A Meta spokesperson gave a quote to The Verge saying, quote, "A few years ago, we introduced a new messenger experience in Instagram DMs, which enabled people to message and call a Facebook account, Messenger, from an Instagram account and vice versa. Starting in mid-December, we will begin removing this feature. However, people can continue to message and call their friends on Facebook, Instagram, or Messenger," end quote. It's possible that the decision to uncouple these two services is related to the European Commission's decision to regulate Messenger as a core platform service under the Digital Markets Act. Potentially, if this EU tough new antitrust rules would make Meta have to make Messenger interoperable with other messaging services, Meta could argue that it's being exempted because Messenger is a feature of Facebook rather than a standalone messaging platform. It's really unclear what this is all about, but we are losing a feature here. If this was very important to you, you will have to keep your Facebook Messenger messages app installed separately from your Instagram DMs. That is going to do it for today's episode. As always, thank you for listening, and be sure to come back next time for more Instagram news, social media strategy, or anything else that you need to know.
Instagram news got you covered, sometimes even TikTok. Relevant platforms in the metaverse ahead of the wave without a break or a pit stop. Still waiting for Zuckerberg to give me the big job. Pause. Use trademarks and logos with Insta's permission, of course. If you like the show and you gain some good info, maybe leave a review. It's a type of applause. Just drop me a message if you want to collab. If you got some good content or you want to run ads, at Daniel Hill Media is where I am. TikTok, Facebook and Instagram.